Basketball is a global game, and many of its biggest stars have international ties beyond the countries they represent. Whether through heritage, dual citizenship, or naturalization, these players have the unique ability to represent multiple nations on the international stage. Let's take a look at some of the most notable cases. Born in France to a French mother, Victor Wembanyama proudly represents the country, but he's also eligible for Congo through his father's heritage. Giannis Antetokounmpo was born in Greece and represents the country, but he's also eligible for Nigeria since both his father and mother came from there. Klay Thompson represents the United States, but he's also eligible for the Bahamas through his father, Michael Thompson, who was born there before moving to the US to play in the NBA. His mother, Julie Thompson, is American, giving Klay strong ties to both nations. Joel Embiid was born in Cameroon and represents the United States, but he is also eligible for France since he grew up there. With ties to both Cameroon and France, he may choose to represent France in the next Olympic Games. Kyrie Irving has played for Team USA, winning gold on the international stage. However, since he was born in Australia, he's also eligible to represent the Australian national team. Serge Ibaka was born in the Republic of the Congo and represents Spain after becoming a naturalized citizen in 2011, but he's also eligible to play for Congo. Andre Drummond was born in the USA and represents the country, but he's also eligible for Jamaica since both of his parents are Jamaican. Bam Adebayo represents the United States, but he is also eligible for Nigeria through his father, who is of Nigerian Yoruba descent. With an American mother and Nigerian roots, he carries a diverse heritage. RJ Barrett, born in Canada, proudly represents the Canadian basketball team. His father, Rowan Barrett, was born in Toronto to Jamaican parents, while his mother, Keisha Duhani, was born in Brooklyn to Jamaican parents, making him also eligible to represent Jamaica. Jordan Clarkson, born in the USA, proudly represents the Philippines. Oh yeah! With an American father and a Filipino mother, his roots run deep on both sides. Another USA-born star taking the international stage. Let's see. Karl Anthony Towns, born in the USA, proudly represents the Dominican Republic, honoring his mother's Dominican roots. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, born in Canada, proudly represents the Canadian basketball team. But with his mother from Antigua and Barbuda, he's also eligible to rep the island nation. Ben Simmons, born in Australia, proudly represents his home country. However, with a father from the USA and an Australian mother, he's also eligible to play for Team USA. Steve Nash, born in South Africa but raised in Canada, became a legend representing the Canadian basketball team. With English and Welsh parents, he was eligible to play for South Africa, England, and Wales. Andre Iguodala, born in the USA, proudly represents his home country. With an American mother and a Nigerian father, he was also eligible to play for Nigeria. Isaiah Hartenstein, born in the USA, proudly represents Germany. With a father of American and German heritage and an American mother, he's also eligible to play for the United States. Luol Deng, born in South Sudan, made his mark representing Great Britain. But with South Sudanese roots, he was also eligible to play for his birth nation. Martise Thybulle represents Australia on the international stage, though he was born in the USA. With a Haitian father, he was also eligible to play for the USA and Haiti. Onyeka Okongwu, born in the USA, proudly represents Nigeria. With Nigerian immigrant parents, he carries his heritage with pride. But being born in the States, he was also eligible to play for Team USA. Jamal Murray, born in Canada, proudly represents his home team on the international stage. With a Jamaican father and a Syrian mother, his roots run deep. He was also eligible to represent both Jamaica and Syria. Jaime Jaquez Jr., born in the USA, has proudly played for both the Mexican national team and Team USA. With a Mexican father and a Norwegian mother, his heritage is rich and diverse. He was also eligible to represent Norway. Manu Ginopili, born in Argentina, proudly represented his country on the international stage. With parents of Italian descent, he carries a strong Italian heritage. Holding dual citizenship, he was also eligible to play for Italy. Hakeem Olajuwon, born in Nigeria, represented Team USA on the international stage. His parents are from Nigeria, keeping his roots deeply connected to his homeland. He was also eligible to represent his birth country, Nigeria. Goran Dragic, born in Slovenia, proudly represents his homeland on the international stage. With a Slovenian mother and Serbian father, his background is richly diverse. He was also eligible to play for Serbia. Tristan Thompson, born in Canada, proudly represents the Canadian basketball team. His parents, Trevor and Andre Thompson, are from Jamaica, giving him strong Caribbean roots. He was also eligible to represent Jamaica on the international stage. Dyson Daniels, born in Australia, proudly represents his home country on the international stage. With an American father, Ricky Daniels, and an Australian mother, Brigitte Cool. His heritage is a blend of both nations. He was also eligible to represent the USA. Evan Fournier, born in France, proudly represents his home country on the international stage with a French father and an Algerian mother. His roots run deep. He was also eligible to represent Algeria. Stephen Adams, born in New Zealand, proudly represents his home country on the international stage. With a Tongan mother and an English father, his heritage is a unique mix. He was also eligible to represent both Tonga and England. Clint Capella, born in Switzerland, proudly represents his home country on the international stage. With parents from Angola and the Congo, his roots are deeply connected to both nations. He was also eligible to represent both Angola and the Congo. Nikola Vucevic, born in Switzerland, represents Montenegro on the international stage. With a Montenegrin and Serbian father, Borislav Vucevic, and a Bosnian mother, Ilijana Kubura, his heritage is diverse and was also eligible to represent Switzerland, Bosnia, and Serbia. Jeremy Solchan, born in the USA, proudly represents Poland on the international stage. With a Polish mother and an American father, his roots connect him to both nations. He was also eligible to represent the USA. Anthony Davis, born in the USA, proudly represents his home country on the international stage. With both parents being American and Puerto Rican descent, he was also eligible to represent Puerto Rico. Alexander Sarr, born in France, proudly represents his home country on the international stage. With Senegalese heritage from his parents, Massar and Marie Sarr, his roots are deeply tied to both nations. He was also eligible to represent Senegal. Devin Booker, born in the USA, proudly represents his home country on the international stage. With a Mexican mother and an American father, his roots run deep, making him eligible to represent Mexico as well. Donovan Mitchell, born in the USA, proudly represents his home country on the international stage. With a Panamanian mother, Nicole Wright, and an American father, Donovan Sr., a former minor league baseball player, Mitchell is eligible to represent Panama. Desmond Bain was born in the USA and represents the United States in basketball. His mother, Marissa Bain, is American, and his father, Etienne Ekiko, is Nigerian, making him also eligible to represent Nigeria. Jalen Green was born in the USA and represents the United States in basketball. His mother, Bree Purganan, is Filipino-American, while his stepfather, Marcus Green, is American. Through his mother's heritage, he is also eligible to represent the Philippines. Austin Reeves was born in the USA and represents the United States in basketball. His ethnicity is a blend of American and German heritage, with basketball running in his family through his parents and a grandmother of German descent. Through his German roots, he is also eligible to represent Germany. Andrew Wiggins was born in Canada and represents the Canadian basketball team. His father, Mitchell Wiggins, is American, and his mother, Marita Payne Wiggins, is of Barbadian heritage, making him also eligible to represent Barbados. Brooke Lopez was born in the USA and represents the United States basketball team. His father, Heriberto Lopez, was Cuban, making him also eligible to represent Cuba. Paolo Banchero, born in the USA, proudly represents the United States basketball team with American roots on his mother's side and Italian heritage on his father's side. He's also eligible to represent Italy on the international stage. Scotty Barnes, born in the USA, proudly represents the United States basketball team. His mother, Kathleen Wilkins, is an American native, while his father is Jamaican, making Scotty also eligible to represent Jamaica on the international stage. Devin Vassell, born in the USA, proudly represents the United States basketball team. His mother, Cynthia, is American, while his father, Andrew, is from Jamaica, making him also eligible to represent Jamaica on the international stage. From the NBA to the international stage, these players embody the diversity of basketball, proudly representing their roots while making history for their chosen teams. Whether through birth, heritage, or dual nationality, the global influence of the game continues to shine. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more epic basketball content.